So I already know y'all saw the title and thumbnail, and I know y'all gonna be giving y'all arguments onto why it's not that bad. I've seen the articles, I've seen the shill articles, and we're gonna get into some of those later on in the compilation video. But nevertheless, do you know there's an audio book coming out for like an acolyte sort of like prequel or spinoff? And I'm like, bro, ain't no way. Did we just forget how bad the show was? Did we forget the actress, the lead actress, constantly making it harder for the people who made the show and those involved with it? Like, bro, what are we talking about here? But we're gonna get into why this show killed Star Wars. Let's get into it. Our Bible verse and theme for the video goes as follows: For the evil man has no future. The lamb of the wicked will be put out. Proverbs 24:20. So, Star Wars Acolyte, a show where the bad guys win and the good guys look incompetent through and through. So, there's like several thousand different things I don't like about this version of Star Wars that we find ourselves in a galaxy far, far away. For instance, the premise, the whole evil twins thing. And I say evil twins because they both end up being evil eventually anyway. Spoilers for those who give a damn about this series. I think so many parts of the show was just mishandled. It was the action choreography. It was just the overall tone of it, because I don't know. It feels like this is a show that's at war with itself. One minute it wants to be this dark, edgy, mature version of Star Wars, and then the next minute they're cracking MCU jokes throughout the entirety of the show.
I'm wondering if it's honorable to kill me like this.
Comedy. That's the only reason why I think this scene exists, because there's no way that I'm supposed to take her with a lightsaber as a threat. I mean, but then again, this man was struggling with a Padawan, so I'm not sure. This man might actually be light work. And considering her skill level, bro, never mind. Or at least do portions that really don't need it. It just makes no sense. And honestly, there was even like a freaking pause on all the things I'm going to say next. It was a freaking nude scene with the main villain.
Pause.
Where I'm like, he's trying to seduce her to the dark side. Mind you, this literal person who identifies himself as a Sith Lord has already attempted to kill your mentor and actually successfully killed a childhood friend and potential love interest, mind you. Even the villain, like, yeah, he's like the big bad, but even he is like seen to be and shown to be incompetent. And that's the thing. When I mentioned earlier that the Jedi seem incompetent or the good guys seem incompetent, I was mainly speaking on like the males, because like, bro, this main villain can't be all bad if a Padawan can go blow for blow with this guy and put up a decent fight. Like, I kid you not. Like, I was watching, I was like, bro, he's gonna cook her instantly. Like, this should be like a no diff. But I forgot she has ovaries and she's in a Star Wars project, so obviously off rib she's going to be busted. And like literally she just starts going blow for blow, saber to saber with this guy for a decent portion. Like, I don't know. And even when the token Asian version of a Star Wars character comes in, it's like, yeah, it's just, the villain doesn't seem as threatening when I just saw a Padawan damn near smoke this guy. Like, it's just not as intimidating as they're trying to make it out to be. And you can see that that's what they keep trying to do with this guy.
Feels good, doesn't it? To hold one in your hand again. You should keep your other elbow up higher.
My brother in Christ, why are you trying to coerce and train someone with less experience than your previous Padawan or acolyte or whatever you want to call it? And on top of that, someone who is less likely to be turned to the dark side, who has a Jedi trained background. I don't understand. And on top of that, she's less combat trained. Like, she's okay, whatever, man. Oh yeah, and you killed literally two of her friends. One new, one old. He's like, discount Kylo Ren mixed with discount Vader. It's like, yeah, whatever at this point. Like, it's nothing new. Like, there's never any like nuance. There's no deeper meaning behind these villains for the most part in Star Wars. They're just evil for the sake of evil, and they're gonna do bad things. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And they could have gone somewhere with this villain. They really could have, because that's the whole thing nowadays with, modern entertainment being super empathetic to villains. And they didn't even do that. They just chose to make him like mustache twirly for the sake of it, And they try to, again, still do the whole romance thing with one of the main characters, which is basically her paying herself. It's a whole thing. It's so stupid. They should have just picked which angle they wanted to go with instead of doing this ridiculous plot contrivance. I don't like the whole evil twin thing. I think it's dumb. Like, I think it's actually ridiculous for the most part every time I see them do it, and they just keep doing it. Why, I don't know. But yes, to get back on the main topic, as far as like the main male cast being seen as incompetent, besides them getting cooked way faster by discount Kylo Ren, besides the fact that literally you have this grown man getting yoked up by this random woman, like, I'm just like, okay, I get that she's a Jedi, blah, 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 but aren't y'all supposed to be emotionless, emotionally stagnant creatures and people who are in the order? So why are you even getting like this uppity at this man for following his heart? And it's so weird to me. Like, it's so weird. I just don't understand it. And on top of the fact that, bro, like, why is it that male characters got to keep getting embarrassed in these Star Wars properties? I genuinely don't get it. It's every episode, I feel like. Every episode. When they're not getting embarrassed, they're made to be the most selfish, driven by pure ego type of characters. Like, for example, even the best male character in this show did something terrible. On top of, dispelling an evil witch, which is what she was, self-admitted, apparently it had to be spelled as like a tragic misunderstanding where she was just trying to, for some reason, convince them to not fight by also turning into a giant ball of evil mist. No shot. The comments under that clip I just showed is actually crazy. YouTube comments have no mercy. This is hilarious. Straight from Anthony. Maybe don't turn into a giant lost smoke monster. I mean, yeah. His whole comment has me screaming. It goes as follows. This is the space equivalent of waving a 4-5 at a kid in front of a cop and then complaining when they intervene. What the fuck was this show thinking? Nah, like, really though, this comment is perfect. Which would startle anyone with any form of spiritual enlightenment at all. Like, I don't know. Call me crazy, but I feel like, hey man, this really isn't his beef. Like, all right, respectfully, like, you in a covenant of witches and they doing some wild shit and some weird shit with children. Like, of course he'd be on go, but whatever. I guess we're just supposed to see this as like, oh, he's really dark and he has like a horrible past that he's hiding. And then, oh my goodness, the worst thing this man did, in my opinion, was that you have this man really go through a mental battle of which one to save out of the children. Oh, should I save one or should I save both? And me personally, he wasn't a Padawan, right? His sensitivity with the Force isn't fresh at this point in his developmental journey because he doesn't have the braid or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, not only that, these are clearly Force sensitive children. They have some experience with using the Force. You're telling me they couldn't just hold themselves up as well in tandem with you? Like, bro, they made this man purposefully let a child die. Like, I kid you not, bro. Every male in this show is just the worst. And if they're not the worst, they might as well be. Like, it's just crazy. And they do this shamelessly too. And with the female characters, of course, obviously, there's always a good reason on why they're doing these things. Even when they are doing bad things, it has to be sprinkled with a little bit of misunderstood actions in between, showing that, the evil twin has like a chip on her shoulder when it comes to deleting obvious good guys to the galaxy, but chooses to spare this one father just because there's a kid watching. When I guarantee you, if that kid didn't pull up, she would have iced this man immediately. And even with the kid thing, it really shouldn't matter to someone like her. It really shouldn't, considering what she is doing. I don't know. This is supposed to be like the big dark side edgy one, and like she over here feeling conflicted. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Go off, I guess. Like, I really don't feel for any of the characters in this show. I feel nothing. This show feels so hollow It feels like just more of what everyone's been complaining about and what everyone's been divided on when it comes to modern Star Wars. And people are going to pretend that, oh, people don't like it because it's this reason or that reason, or they're going to try and insert their politics into it when that really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they do this stuff on purpose. It's purposefully in the show and even in the marketing for the show. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, honestly. And it's not that you can't have these type of people in these stories. It's just the people who are in these stories and who are in charge of it just want to flanderize it. And on top of that, just give you bare bones to little to nothing. Nothing to really sink your teeth into in the first place anyway. And again, it's just not the main demographic for most of this stuff. But most people are going to pretend as if like, oh, that isn't the case. Like, I just don't get why. Hi, how are you? Before we get into the aftermath of the Acolyte's cancellation, I do just want to sit here and just be like, hey man, look, I like talking to y'all, man. Like, honestly, let me know your thoughts on the show. Like, genuinely, how did y'all feel about the Acolyte? How did y'all feel about it when it was airing? And how do y'all feel about it now that it's over? Like, honestly, give me the details, man. I'm here for y'all. And hopefully, you guys are here for me. I mean, that's why you're here. So, yeah, man, like, just let me know how y'all thought about the show. Like, let me know if y'all thought it was overblown. Let me know if you thought all the hatred was overblown. Just give me your take on it. I'll respond to it. And also, give y'all a shout out. But y'all know how I rock by now. So, Star Wars Acolyte. I didn't think I was going to be talking about this ever again. And for good reason. And I probably won't after this video. Now, that is extremely ironic. I will not lie to you. That's a little funny in hindsight, because here I am talking about the show again. And more importantly, bro, I'm just going to take this time to say this, bro. Y'all better get off my smoke alarm. I don't need the attention being drawn to it. I don't need that. I saw that comment and it just made me crash out internally. But anyway, it was funny as hell though. Peace. But it has been canceled. Yes, obviously, for those who already know my channel well enough, there is a God and he is good, because this show was terrible. There's nothing good about this show on almost any level whatsoever. From the very idea, from the very thought process of making a show about dark side users.
It's why I've kind of stopped using the word villain, because I feel like people look at a villain as like a surface level, like bad person. Whereas if I say antagonist, at least that implies depth and that we'll get some justifications for why they've done what they've done.
And putting even so much of a monicum of a positive spin on it, it honestly makes me want to retch personally. Like, I think this was the biggest mistake like Disney has ever done in a long time. Like, this is literally almost the worst Star Wars thing ever. Like, I haven't seen this level of immediate fan backlash in a minute. Like, almost since like The Force Awakens, almost since like, the whole sequel trilogy all put together in one fell swoop. This is bad. Like, bro. And also, I did hear some talks and some rumblings of Disney cleaning house, at least as far as the Marvel side of things, as far as, getting rid of all the activists, all of the wokies, as so many people have affectionately called them. And honestly, I think it's hilarious. And to those people who keep saying that, oh, you're just bigots, you just don't want to see, different types of people and creative minds in the entertainment industry, when that isn't the case. Most people in Hollywood are more left-leaning anyway. And I honestly don't care. People can tell stories and just have them be entertaining and even have their values and worldviews even shown in some of their work. It's been done since the beginning of Hollywood, since the beginning of time. No one gives a damn about your political leanings. No one cares. What fans want to do is have entertaining media and have entertaining stories just put in the forefront and have it be unbiased for neither one side nor the other. Is that really so much to ask for? All right, so I'm not even going to try to attempt to say your name. But anyway, the best adaptation, in my opinion, is 2008's motion comic. It's the entire graphic novel with narration. Honestly, I might look into it when I get the chance. Anyway, thanks for the comment, man. Shout out to you. Let's get back to the main video. But for some reasons, Star Wars fans and everyone who is a fan of anything nowadays just have to get shit on just because they don't like the crap that they're getting pushed towards. Like, literally, it's that simple. Like, because most people have more left-leaning values, so you think it wouldn't be a problem. But the problem is when you let your activism take over your entertainment factor, that is where you lose people. Because people just want to be entertained with cool shit that they ask for. And we've seen that with Deadpool and Wolverine. Great movie, even though if you think about it for too long, It has a lot of flaws, but it's still a good time because, for the most part anyway, it gives fans what they want. Literally, they ask for just a couple things. Have Hugh Jackman come back. Have him put on the suit. Have him put on the mask. Have him have great comic book accurate banter with Deadpool. Have Deadpool back. Have him even better than he was in his previous roles. And they got exactly what they wanted. And on top of that, we got nothing but comic book nods left and right in the movie. But for some reason, asking for what we want and not getting what we want is apparently our fault because we're bigots. I don't get it, man. I don't get it because you'll see this everywhere you go on social media, TikTok especially. You get on TikTok for 5 seconds and you voice that you don't like something for a second. You're an idiot. You're a bigot. You're everything under the sun besides a person who just doesn't like what is being portrayed to them. I shit you not. It is so weird. I'm not even joking. People can't even say they don't like something anymore without being labeled something. It's insane. Like, I never understand this level of idiocy I've seen on social media for the better part of like what? I don't know, 5-6 years now. I've been on social media anyway, and it's ridiculous, and I'm just tired of it. It's boring, it's lame, it's corny, and more importantly, it's disingenuous to the real problem. Again, good stories is all people want. That is all anyone asks for. When you take an IP that is well established, just make a good story. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about this. I wanted to give my take and give my broader perspective on the situation. But yeah, Acolyte's over. Yeah, it's not getting a season 2. And it really shouldn't have even had a season 1, if I'm being real with you. Like, especially if I look at it on the biblical aspect. Yeah, a show about literal demonic witches, like, taking over the galaxy. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to see that. Like, respectfully. Especially when they just paint the... You know what? This is not a review. I'm going to see y'all later. I already did a review on this. All right, as promised, we're going to go over some of these articles, and it goes as follows. We're only going to go over like a few, so like, you know, let's just get into it. Just because it ended, right, we're here. All right, Nerds of Color. This is where the article comes from. Just the title alone give me red flags. But it says, The Acolyte is exactly what Star Wars needed. That remains to be seen, but we're going to see about that. Now let's get into it.
A few minutes later.
Moving forward, we will be destined to remain in a strict boundaries of Jedi versus Sith without a critical explanation and growth of what these stories could be. I don't understand. If something ain't broke, why try to break the mold and fix it? But whatever, these corporations are just weird when it comes to their core audience. And we're going to get into it with this last portion. While I still have enjoyed select Star Wars on-screen media since then, particularly the brilliant Andor and the moving Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars has no longer inspired me because the writing of these shows are god-awful and, more importantly, predictably dull. That is why those two shows don't inspire you anymore. But the fact that freaking... that Leslie Headland's The Acolyte was able to challenge the core tenets of, like, bro, just shut up. Like, stop it, bro. Like, the caping for this show is palpable. Like, just look at some of these articles, bro. I genuinely lose faith in humankind every time I look at anything involving The Acolyte. This is actually ridiculous. I know y'all see this title. Demand for The Acolyte is extremely high despite cancellation. No, you can stuff the hardest left nut. No, I'm not even going to bother entertaining this. Like, the article basically just says, oh, well, there's still an audience for the show. And, like, in this corner of the galaxy far, far away.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
They're still going to support it. They're still pushing it out. They still watch it. They still stream it. I'm like,
I'm sorry.
okay, but like, where are the numbers? They're just saying that the audience is there, but they're not proving it. It's so dumb.
And that's a fact.
Anyway, that's just my take on the situation. Peace.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
No.